These I just make them on Canva. So this is it, but where do I put my gazebo? So the total profit, not including materials and time, is... Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I am the owner of a small crochet business called The Cotton Florist, and today we are doing a market vlog. So what we're going to do is a little bit of market prep, like a last minute market prep, a mock setup, and then I'm going to take you guys straight to the market. I actually am filming this intro after the market, which is what I kind of usually do. The market was actually a pretty cool market. There was a lot of entertainment, so I did record some of the entertainment for you guys so you can see what the market was all about. I am also going to be showing you exactly what sold, what didn't sell, and like a full recap after the market, so you can see for yourselves whether the items that I had is worth for you also to have at your market, or if you're just interested to see what's selling and what's popular at the moment. So keep watching and let's get on to a little bit of market prep and then head off to the market. Let's get these bees done. I'm waiting for my mom and dad to arrive, so they're helping me at this market, which is like the market that they always help me at. So I first did the Bayside Spring Fair like 3 years ago, and I've been going ever since. So this is my third year of attending, and every single year my mum and dad come down to help out, which is like really awesome. So this market is kind of like nostalgic in a way, and yeah, it's pretty fun. So I do look forward to it. I'll probably like always apply for this market every year, even if it's not a great year for me, just because it's a fun market and it kind of like signifies spring. It's like the spring fair. So spring just started in Australia. We start the first day of September. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I'm still making bees. You know, bees and leggy frogs, they're kind of like the OG things that I have at my markets. Like for my very first market I had frogs, not leggy frogs, they're just like my own frog I created. And I made one of them in acrylic yarn, and it sold. So I just always make frogs. Frogs are really popular, and like I kind of don't get it because I'm not a frog person. Like I appreciate them, part of like the ecosystem and everything, but I don't know, they kind of freak me out a bit, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I've found that especially at artist alley events, I don't know, frogs are just like ridiculously popular. Little update, I have 2 wings. So I've made 4 wings, which is 2 sets, and I need to make another 3 more sets. So let's do that now. Okay, that is 3 sets of wings done. I'll keep going. We have another 2 sets of wings to go, and then I can move on to the BB. Alright guys, let's do a mock setup. I'm in the garage, as you can see, and we're going to see what it's going to look like tomorrow, so let's go. Let's go. I would pretty much recommend always doing a mock setup, especially if you're new to markets, because then you've already organized exactly how you want your display to look. So on the day when you're stressed and out of time, you could just look at the picture that you take of your mock setup, and then it's already done. Then you don't have to think. I don't know why I'm bothering putting tablecloths on, but anyway, we'll do it for the lols. And the good thing as well is if you do a mock setup, you'll know if you're missing anything. So as you are packing away your mock setup, you pack it directly into wherever you're taking to go to the market. So then you technically won't forget anything. But I've still forgotten stuff. I have this tablecloth from Kmart, which I just use to break up all the white that I have, because I have a white tablecloth and white display cubes. I've only got one though, so I just put it on one table.
Okay, the reason I built this little base here, even though I'm not at an Artist Alley event, so basically it'll be like this, but pushed to the back. And then I'm going to build some cubes on top, not many. This is basically going to be like a checkout system. And in the back, because it's totally sealed off, I'll put my cash register behind there. That way people can't actually see the cash register. And also some of my bags. So I'll show you what it looks like behind after I finish setting up. But you don't want people to know exactly where your cash is. So if I put my cash box here, people can't easily access it because it's at the back of the table. You don't want it exposed. Okay. So putting this like enclosed, I'm hoping it kind of stops people from walking past and grabbing, but we will see. So I'm going to put my most expensive things up here, just so they're a little bit more out of the reach of kids' dirty hands. So I can't find another one of those little keychain holder things, but what I'm going to do is put up less keychains at a time, because a lot of them are actually, well, they're like duplicated, right? So they're like the same, so I might just put up less, because I do have some different types to put up. So I do have these bakery ones to put up. I don't know how successful they will be. They don't sell as well at my other market, so I'm just going to put them up anyway. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just keep them in the back, and then as things sell, I'll just replace them. But I did think I had another one. If I have another one, I'll probably find it and put it over here. But yeah, still uncertain. I just remembered I have this, so I do remember I have some flowers. I do have these long ones. I don't have very many of these like bigger pack flowers, but then I have these mini ones. So I think this is the final look. It's not my favorite look, but I do like the wire grids that I'm using. I definitely don't feel like I have quite enough stock as usual. I think it's about $2,000 worth of stock, so we'll see how we go. So yeah, that's pretty much I think it for now. I'll take a photo and that will be my base. Whatever I make, I can just add to it later on, well tomorrow, and then I'll change it around if I need to. But I think I'm happy with how it looks. It gives me enough visibility that I can kind of see over the tables in case someone decides to do a little sneaky grab. I'm going to do my last minute preps, put little price signs on everything if it doesn't have like a standard price tag. Anything left over from Supernova earlier in the year is already priced, so that's good. It's just the new stuff I've made, so I'm going to make a list of what I need to print out. Then we should be pretty much good to go. I'll just do some last minute crochet. So I'll just show you what I make later on if I do make anything new. Just finished cutting up my little signages, so they look like this. I just make them on Canva, and I finished pricing the rest of my items, which are in here now. So Evie's got a price tag, calcifer, my bear. I've just put some flowers in here with the rest of my plushies, so I carry them in these bags. So all of my display items are here, plushies are here. Then I have to try and figure out where to put these. Normally I put them in here, but for some reason it's not fitting today, so I need to sort of jig what I'm going to do. I might need to take another one of these, which is fine because it's an outdoor market, so I've got my car and I'm not, I don't have to compress everything down, so I think it should be okay. I think normally actually I put my grid cubes in here, but I don't usually have as much storage because I'm usually just working with like one table, but because I've got the two tables, extra stuff to carry that I've kind of forgotten about. But anyway, this is it, but where do I put my gazebo? Okay, this is what we're working with. Up, we're right there near the stage, and there's other people here. Neighbors haven't arrived. Mum is on stamping bags and putting business card in bags duty. My number one unpaid employee.
Your slave, number one slave.
She just said my number one slave. Now to stick some signs on here. So I have these chickens. Okay, we're all set up. Scanned.
Edible food made by ladies.
Sign is up. So Mum's having a snack already and it's 11 o'clock and we're eating caramel tarts.
Stop giving Mum secrets away.
Stop giving Mum secrets away. This is a secret to eat junk food while you're at markets. There we go. Thank you, Mum. This is behind. I have my cash register stuff behind scenes and some extra stock. Quick check-in. We have sold two mini turtles for $18 each and it is 11:33. Quick update. 2-hour update. Turtle's popular. One turtle left. Sold a bat. And Pachacho is gone. Lot of dogs. Mum has just come back with the goods.
Yeah.
Lunch. And Mum also has donuts in there somewhere.
It's a biscuit. It's a
Biscoff.
It's a biscuit.
She's gonna do a tour. Woohoo! I just tried to use this like a microphone. So we have sold the calcifer, we've sold some chickens, some frogs, and we have one bouquet left and one turtle left. And we've sold 2 bats. Not that I've noticed. Okay, let's get on with the recap. So now that you've seen all of the market, it's time to see how we went. So basically, a little rundown of what this market is. If you haven't seen my other videos, this market is the spring fair market that I do every year. It was actually my first ever market that I ever done, and it was 3 years ago. So this is my 3rd year doing this particular market, and my mum always joins me at this market to help out, which she did again, which you would have seen. She doesn't like to be on camera, so I had to be a little bit sneaky with how I filmed her, but she always helps me at this market. It's just like a tradition at this point. So it's the 3rd year of us doing this market together, and it is a really fun market. So it's held in the park by the Bayside Council, which is a local council. They put on like free entertainment, like there's camel rides, there's like jumping castles, there's all free, like teacup rides and stuff. Everything is for free. And then they have the community stalls, and then they have the kids face painting, etc. Then they have us, so small artisans and small craft stalls. So this time my placement was kind of unusual, and I'll put a little map on the screen so you can see, but we were kind of placed off to the side. And I've never been placed in this position before, and I don't think there was ever stalls in this position, but it did seem like the market was quite big, so I think they didn't have enough room for us to be in the other part of the market. But last year I was around the children's section, so right near the petting zoo, right near the face painting, and another couple of handmade stalls were also in that area. But this year there's more handmade stalls. Some of them were like specialty foods, beauty products, myself, clothing, etc. But unfortunately, some of them were really placed in terrible positions, like further along than me, and there just wasn't enough foot traffic in that area. Location-wise, it honestly wasn't great, and the hustle and bustle of the market was at the opposite end of where we were, which was a shame. But with that being said, I will do a little rundown on what sold and what didn't sell, and then tell you guys what our final numbers were. So if you see me looking down as usual, looking at my phone, to get my numbers on my Square. So I use Square to take payments, and it also has an app if you're new to market, so you can track everything that you sell, how much you sold it for, discounts, etc. And it just, yeah, it's a fantastic app, a fantastic little payment device as well. So my top selling items this time were my mini turtles. So I sold all 7 of the mini turtles that I made. Now this is a debut of these little miniature turtles. I have never had them at any market before, and I made them just for this event. I did in my last vlog, a couple of vlogs ago, I actually made some of the blueberry and the strawberry tops for the turtles, and they all sold. So they were $18 each, and I sold 7. I sold all 4 of my bats, which is generally the case with this bat. Bats are very popular, which is kind of surprising. I first debuted them at a Vampire Nights market for Halloween, but for some reason, they always just sell now. So I generally bring them along to each of my markets. I sold 6 keychains. I sold 6 mini bees. I think I have 1 mini bee left. I sold 5 leggy frogs. I'm probably not going to have any more leggy frogs at my markets. I just made them because they're easy to make. And the kids usually like them, but I find that they're getting less popular because they're obviously everywhere now. So I'm not going to be doing them anymore. I'm going to phase them out. So I think I've got maybe around 3 or 4 left. I'm just going to sell them, and once they're sold, they won't be coming back to my market. I do have them online on Etsy, and I do sell them there sometimes. So if anyone wants to buy them on Etsy, they still can, but it's just made to order. It's not me having them at the market. Next up, we sold 3 mini bouquets. I have 1 mini bouquet left in stock, I believe, so I do need to make some more of those. 3 medium chickens, 3 of the mushrooms, my large Totoro, and my calcifer. I also sold my Pachacho plushie, the Labubu, which is the final one, Pikachu in a pot plant, which was actually the pattern that I created. Well, I had 1 Stardew Valley Junimo plush, which I also sold. I was going to make some more, but I didn't have any time, and thought I'll just put the one out, not thinking that it would sell because it wasn't the right audience, but someone came and knew who Stardew Valley was, so it worked out really well. I sold my 1 sunflower turtle, which is basically this one. I only had the 1 for the market. I have since made obviously some more. I sold 1 of my macaron jelly cats, and I sold a little teacup. Oh, actually, and 1 more frog, so that was 6 leggy frogs. So with all of that said and done, our totals for the market was $1,104. So $848 on card and $256 on cash. So there really wasn't a lot of cash at this market, which is kind of unusual because lately I've been finding it's been 50-50. So make sure that you do always bring cash box and change just in case. But in Australia, I find that people pay with card often. We just tap all the time. So I also paid $13.61 in fees, and I also paid $200 for the stall. So the total profit, not including materials and time, is $890.39. So that's a pretty good outcome for this market. It's a 6-hour market in the park. It is not a paid market. You don't have to have admission or anything like that. So it is a lot of people walking in just from the streets that have been doing their shopping or the neighbouring houses around there. So we don't expect people to come with the expectation of purchasing things. It's more just an entertainment kind of event. So it is great to make some money back from this event, and it is an event that I would do probably every year if they let me in, just because it's nostalgic for me at this point. You will probably see me again there next year if I'm able to get in, if they let me in. So that is it for my Spring Fair market vlog. If you like what you saw, please feel free to like and subscribe. And there's also some new thing called Hype now on YouTube. I don't really understand it, but apparently there's a button there. Feel free to press it and let me know what it actually does. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.